A very good evening and welcome to the debate on Evening Prime. It has been a rather stirring and another action-packed day for Tripura's royal scion and 𝗕𝗏 𝗕𝗂𝗏 𝗪𝗏 𝗕𝗏, his people. He had just begun his fast unto death this morning at 𝗃𝗢𝗏 in West Tripura. He started his fast a little after 11:30, and then the invitation from the Government of India came. He hurriedly left for Delhi. As we speak, the royal scion is in Delhi. He is expected to hold the very crucial meeting later in the day today. Now, Bubagra, king in 𝗃𝗏𝗏 language, left for Delhi on an empty stomach. That is what he told us before leaving. But the big questions still remain. Will the centre yield? Will the centre actually accept the demands? How many more meetings will it take for the centre to finally accept what 𝗪𝗏 𝗕𝗏 𝗕𝗏 and the people, the Tiprasa people of Tripura are demanding for? What are they asking the centre? How many more meetings will the centre hold before they actually agree? The other very big question here is, does the welfare and development of indigenous people, are these not a priority for the centre and the state government? To talk about all of this, a very serious issue that we are taking up, another serious issue we are taking up on today's debate on Evening Prime. I am joined by Mr. Anthony Debbarma. He is the spokesperson of the Tripura party. Also joining me today is Mr. Bipin Debbarma, General Secretary of Tripura BJP, and also with me today is Mr. 𝗪𝗵𝗲 𝗕𝗏. He is the General Secretary of Tripura Pradesh Congress Committee, and he is also the Chairman of Tripura Pradesh Adivasi Congress. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Of course, I would like to straight go to Mr. Anthony Debbarma. Mr. Debbarma, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Like I said, obviously a very hectic day. In fact, the past few days has been extremely newsy, eventful and hectic for all of you. So has it been for all of us here in Northeast Live, covering all the developments there. Now, Mr. Debbarma, 𝗪𝗏 𝗕𝗏 already in New Delhi. How hopeful are you of the centre yielding to your demands? Will the royal scion come back victorious?
I think if holistically, if the central government has promised and has called to our Bubagra, requesting him to call off the hunger strike and come to Delhi, I think there is always a positive which we believe, because we respect the central government, and with due respect, I think we have responded on time. Therefore, our Bubagra has left for Delhi. And we are hoping that the government of India will definitely ensure the demand that we have been demanding since from the time that we merged with the government of India. I think it has come to the end that where the government of India need to understand the root cause and the problem of the indigenous people. With that optimism, we have actually approached and we have been asserting our rights to the government of India. So with that hope in positive in mind, we hope that the government of India will definitely ensure our demand, and Bubagra will come back with certain promises that government of India has agreed, and we are looking forward that the agreement between the government of India and the Tripura will sign very soon. That positive thoughts, that positive mind is always there. Because we always believe the truth, and we don't want to, lie to the people. So with that holistical mind, our Bubagra has approved. So definitely, I think India government has taken a very strong, serious thought on it, and definitely I think that they will address this issue. And if government of India fails to address this issue, then this will be a kind of mockery to the indigenous people of Tripura. And in fact, I would like to tell to the viewers here today that today the hunger strike that the Bubagra has called fast unto death is not a party issue or a party demand. It's a demand of the indigenous people, has been a prolonged and decade that the people of Tripura have been asserting our right, and till today none of the what you call the UPA government or the NDA government has addressed our issue. So this time I think they have taken a serious note on it, and I think that they will really address our issue and they'll come up with certain positive conclusions to deliver the justice to the indigenous people of Tripura.
Right. Yes, Mr. Dsvarma, I will obviously come back to you. Have a lot of questions there. Would like to hear from you why this delay, meetings after meetings have kept happening, and in case tonight's meeting does not go well, then what's next for Tripura Motha? We'll come to you with those queries, but I would quickly like to bring in Bipin ji here. Bipin ji,
नमस्ते
जी, अभी इनफैक्ट यही सवाल मैं सब जमातिया जी से भी पूछूंगी कि अभी जैसे इतने साल क्यों लगे इस इशू को एड्रेस करने में? क्या आपका पार्टी बोथ एट द सेंटर और दो इंजन का सरकार है सेंटर में भी और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में भी, क्या भाजपा के लिए ट्राइबल्स के आदिवासी लोगों के लिए इंडिजिनियस पीपल के जो मुद्दे हैं, उनका जो वेलफेयर का इश्यूज है, डेवलपमेंट के इश्यूज है, ये क्या प्रायोरिटी में नहीं है क्या?
सभी को नमस्ते। एक्चुअली अभी जिस जस्ट मुद्दा को लेके चर्चा हो रहा है, मोथा से जो हमारा प्रतिनिधि आया है, कभी मैंने बात सुना है। अभी 2014 साल से हमारा माननीय यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भाजपा सरकार केंद्र में आया है। पहले नॉर्थ ईस्ट में या पूरा त्रिपुरा में जनजाति क्या है, कौन है, कोई नहीं पहचानता था। पहले यहाँ जब कम्युनिस्ट के शासन में था, उस समय में हमारा जनजाति कहीं पर भी ना डेवलपमेंट हुआ, ना उन लोगों का एजुकेशन में आगे बढ़ा, कहीं पर भी आगे नहीं हुआ। एकमात्र अगर डेवलपमेंट या हमारा जनजाति का पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, मैं सिर्फ त्रिपुरा का बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हमारा जनजाति के लिए अगर कोई सोचा है तो भाजपा सरकार ने सोचा है, हमारा देश का माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने सोचा है। क्योंकि सत्ता में केंद्र में कांग्रेस भी था इतना साल, उसमें क्या हुआ, वो लोग कभी जनजाति को इंसान करके भी समझता नहीं है। उन लोग कांग्रेस सिर्फ जनजाति को एज ए आदिवासी के रूप में वोटर बैंक समझा, ना उन लोगों के लिए डेवलपमेंट, उन लोगों का सोसाइटी कैसे आगे बढ़ना है, कैसे उन लोगों को पूरा इंडिया के साथ जोड़ना है, ये कभी सोचा ही नहीं कांग्रेस ने। तो ये मुद्दा अब जो सवाल आया है मोथा का, जो उन लोगों का क्या डिमांड है, त्रिपुरा में आज तक हम लोग भी स्पष्ट क्लियर नहीं है उन लोगों का क्या डिमांड है।
ओके,
एक बार
जी बिपिन जी, इसमें मैं एंथनी जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी। एंथनी जी, फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ एवरीबडी, would you kindly share what are the key demands that you all are putting forth? Because here बिपिन जी, जैसे आपने सुना, वो बोल रहे हैं कि अभी तक आप लोगों का क्या डिमांड्स है, उसी में कोई क्लैरिटी नहीं है।
See, I haven't heard what Bipin has said.
Okay.
Because maybe the audio is not clear.
All right, but he's saying that
about the charity, as I came to know from. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, please can you tell what BP
So
has told?
he's saying that there is still no clarity as far as your demands are concerned. And that, you know, BJP has been working.
Someone who doesn't understand anything, someone who doesn't understand anything and asking this kind of question will never understand even in their future, even in their leadership. See, let me tell you, we have been telling right from the beginning till today, our core demand is nothing but it is to safeguard our land right, our culture, our identity and our language. Here our core demand is first and foremost is to safeguard our land, because the constitution, the 6th schedule itself gives the rights to protect and ensure your land right. Paragraph 3 of the 6th schedule clearly said that Autonomous District Council has a power to enact law for the land allotment and land distributions. So there is nothing new demand that we are making. We are just asking the government of India to direct the governor to give the assigns the bill of the 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗂𝗃𝗃 so that this bill will become an act. Unlike in any other part of the Autonomous District Council in the Northeast, they all have this power of land rights, but Tripura doesn't have. And for BP's information, he should understand that 6th schedule of Tripura is 12AA. Unlike any other Autonomous District Council in the part of the Northeast, doesn't have this 12AA power. But whereas Tripura Autonomous District Council has this power, but yet we cannot exercise and implement this power. So this is what we have put forward to the government of India. Second, we said our culture has to be protected because this culture is the identity. This culture, when it talks about the heritage of the ancestors of the indigenous people, like the language. See, we have been fighting for our own mother tongue. Can you imagine, is there any language in a country that without the script, the language is being protected? No, never. So these are the simple core issue which India government can, within a second, can resolve and solve the problem. So we ask for this, and also we ask for the direct funding.
Right.
Because if you really see the population and the 70% of the total area of Tripura belongs to the Autonomous District Council.
Okay.
But whereas the budget that is being given to the indigenous people for the development is not even 100. So whereas one block is being given a huge amount of money, but this block cannot address the issue of the indigenous people. So our core demand is already been clear to everyone, and even to a class 3 student or a child can understand. So if like a general secretary of the party doesn't have any clarity or doesn't understand the core demand of our people, then I think he should be given more training, more thoughts on it. Then only I think he will able to carry out his political career.
Okay.
Because this is the reason.
All right.
Why?
All right. Mr. Anthony, I'll come back to you.
Intellectual who is trying to address the issue to the government of India.
All right. Mr. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃, what are your thoughts? I mean, your party also was in. I mean, what is the Congress's stand now as far as this very significant issue is concerned?
Sarikam, Kulumka, thank you. First of all, thank you very much, Northeast Life. The Congress party always think to upliftment of the development of the tribal people, indigenous people. Not only today, just I want to mention one thing, small thing. Now in the Tripura, 6th schedule is is there. See, there is no constitution in the India to implement the sixth schedule in Tripura. But Indira Gandhi, who was the former Prime Minister, late former Prime Minister, he has amendment the constitution and he brought the Parliament.
Jamatia ji,
23rd August.
I have a very direct question here to you, and this question also to Mr. Bipin. पहले आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि what took, for the 𝗕𝗏𝗃 now for the royal scion to sit for fast unto death, and this whole movement that we saw in the past 1-2 years being launched by 𝗕𝗏𝗃, what took you all so long to sit up and take notice of or think about the welfare and development of the tribal people, of the indigenous people? My straight question is this. I don't want to go into the history. I just want to know why, what took you people so long, and what's your stand now?
Always, the Congress parties are always standing for the development of for the upliftment of the tribal people or indigenous people.
But can you say hand on your heart? Can you say that those...
No. My question, Bipin Department has said, except the Narendra Modi or the BJP, nobody knows about the indigenous people of the Tripura and the northeast of the, India. Bipin Department has mentioned that. That's why I want to mention one thing. The sixth schedule bill has passed in 1984, 23rd August. 1984, 23rd August. After the pass of this bill, introduced in the Tripura sixth schedule. Now, one thing, small thing. The Indira has passed the bill 1984, 23rd August. After that, August, September, October, and 31st October, the Indira has sorted by her PG. After the 2 months, she has sorted by her PG. if अगर इंदिरा जी ने उनका क्या बोला, उनका जो पीजी है ना, उनका पीजी से अगर 20th, 21st, 22nd में अगर सोडेट होता तो क्या होता त्रिपुरा में? त्रिपुरा में अब तक 6 शेड्यूल होता है कि नहीं? नो। तो कैसे बोला है एक्सेप्ट बीजेपी त्रिपुरा में कुछ नहीं किया और नॉर्थ ईस्ट में कुछ नहीं किया? अरे इंदिरा जी ने तो 6 शेड्यूल इंप्लीमेंट किया है त्रिपुरा में।
लेकिन
राजीव जी ने 20 सीट रिजर्व किया है।
Mr. Anthony, how do you look at this? Mr. Anthony, you think?
See, if I look,
it's very unfortunate. Over a year,
see,
the 𝗕𝗏𝗃
I think
and
people need to
the
understand
central government has a talk.
the meaning of the development
but till today,
and the upliftment, what they mean.
Today,
wait,
see,
Mr. Jamatia, let Mr. Anthony respond. Mr. Jamatia, let Mr. Anthony respond.
Right.
Yeah. Mr. Anthony.
See, development need to be understood by those BJP and the Congress if they really wanted to uplift the indigenous people. For so many years, since, as I told, since from the time of agreement, even when Tripura merged with the government of India had promised that politically, socially, culturally, Tripura indigenous people will not be left alone. For every issues, government of India will stand to protect the indigenous peoples and their cultures and their heritage and their political rights. Now today, our cultures our land rights, our customs are not being protected. Okay. Without protecting the cultures, without protecting the rights of the indigenous people, how can you think of development?
Right.
Development for whom?
Mr.
And
Anthony,
what kind of development?
Mr. Anthony, in case, of course, heaven forbid, yes. In case today's meeting or whenever the meeting happens, either later tonight or tomorrow, in case it does not work out well, then what's the plan?
No, if the government of India is not going to address our issues as per their promises, then we will continue this fast unto death. Bubagra will come back and will continue, because I think you must have heard today, yes, through your media channel, that before he left the 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗂𝗧, he said, yeah, the stage will be kept till he returns back, because right, he wants to come back to the same venue and declare whatever the positive or the negatives comes. Right. But of course, definitely, without the assurance by the government of India, yes, our Bubagra will not agree or will not entertain. Because as we said, our core demand is nothing new to the government of India. We are not demanding anything out of the sky blue. What we are asserting is what was ours that has been taken away. Right. We are just asking the government of India, give us this right. So the main core, again I would like to emphasize to the viewers, is that our core demand is the land rights, the cultural right, and the administration, political, socio-cultural rights. These are the main core theme on that. Okay. And as we all know, when we talk about the land right, of course, we wanted to safeguard the entire the 6th scheduled area, so that we can develop our own way. We can distribute our land, we can register our land, right, so yes, that the rights of the land doesn't go, yes, Mr. Anthony, from our head.
Let me just bring in बिपिन जी. बिपिन जी, आपने बताया कि भाजपा ही सिर्फ ऐसा पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है जो आदिवासी ट्राइबल लोगों के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए सोचते हैं. देन आज तक त्रिपुरा के तिपरासा लोगों के लिए कुछ हुआ क्यों नहीं? अभी भी जैसे हम लोगों ने कुछ ही दिनों पहले भी देखा है, 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 लैंग्वेज को लेके लड़ाई, डेमोन्स्ट्रेशंस हो रहे हैं, प्रोटेस्ट हो रहे हैं. फिर जो डेवलपमेंट फंड्स है उसके लिए भी इतना कुछ प्रोटेस्ट वगैरह चलते रहते हैं. ऐसा क्यों है? और ये जो अभी का जो मुद्दा है कि भाजपा का यहाँ इसमें स्टैंड क्या है? आपसे ये सीधा सवाल है, भाजपा का अभी का स्टैंड क्या है?
भाजपा का सीधा सवाल ये है कि डेवलपमेंट के माध्यम से ही जनजाति को आगे बढ़ा सकता है. विदाउट डेवलपमेंट के बिना किसी जाति या किसी समुदाय का कभी भी डेवलप नहीं हो सकता है. इतना सालों में सीपीएम और कांग्रेस ने कभी हम लोगों के लिए नहीं सोचा था. मैं भी एक जनजाति संप्रदाय से हूँ, तो हम लोग ने देखा है एक हमारा जो अभी तिपरासा का जो प्रतिनिधि आया, वो बोल रहे हैं कि अपना हेरिटेज, अपना कल्चर. ये अपना हेरिटेज कल्चर को किसने अभी हमारा मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में त्रिपुरा में जो चीज कभी लगभग गुम हो गया है, उन सबको अभी रिवाइव कर रहा है हमारा हेरिटेज के नाम से. जो है जैसे कि 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃, जो अभी महाशय बोल रहा है कि 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃, वो 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 किसने दिया? भाजपा सरकार ने नाम रखा है. उसको तो कम्युनिस्ट ने बोरमुरा नाम रख दिया था.
बिपिन जी, मैंने
से उसको 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 कर दिया.
बिपिन जी, बस सीधा आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, जो मुद्दा है उस पे आपका पार्टी इज इट रेडी टू सपोर्ट?
बारे में जो बोला, हेरिटेज के बारे में जो बोला गया है, मैं वो थोड़ा रिपीट करना चाहता हूँ. भाजपा सरकार ने तो जनजाति का समाजपति से लेके हर विषय को, ताकि उन लोगों का आइडेंटिटी, उन लोगों का कल्चर, उन लोगों का हेरिटेज कैसे सेव करना है, ये एकमात्र सिर्फ हमारा यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ही ये संभव हुआ है. और भाजपा क्लियर है, किसी जाति का भी कोई 100% प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ये नहीं बोलूंगा. हर जाति का, हर समाजपति का, हर समुदाय का कुछ न कुछ समस्या है, और इसको समाधान करने के लिए भी राज्य सरकार और केंद्र सरकार प्रस्तुत है. और आंदोलन के माध्यम से ही या कोई रूट ब्लॉक करने से ही हर समस्या का समाधान होगा, ऐसा भी नहीं. सरकार प्रस्तुत है उन लोगों के साथ बात करने के लिए. और जनजाति का बहुत सारे जो महाराजा वीर एयरपोर्ट के नाम से किसने किया है? भाजपा सरकार जब 2018 में त्रिपुरा में सरकार आया है, उस टाइम में ये महाराजा वीर के नाम से एयरपोर्ट बना है। ये तो कभी
गुजरात में आदिवासी का शेर में जो कच्चा करने वाला वो भी बीजेपी था।
आप लोगों का इतना वो हो गया।
विपिन जी, जमातिया जी को रिस्पॉन्ड करने दीजिए प्लीज।
नहीं, गुजरात में आदिवासी जो जनजाति है ना, इसका शेर में जो कश्यप करने वाला वो भी बीजेपी था, बीजेपी लीडर था।
Yes, I'm running out of time. Quickly, Mr. Anthony, आपसे जानना I would just like to
without land rights, without fund, without script, it is not possible to develop the tribal people.
So will Congress now support Tripura and make these things happen?
शासन किया केंद्रों में आपने,
they have given to the ADC government.
बहुत सालों से था इसके विषय में कांग्रेस इतना सालों में आपका बहुत सारे प्रधानमंत्री होके गया, क्यों नहीं दिया गया? आप 6 शेड्यूल तो बना दिया, ठीक है, एडीसी बना दिया।
अरे भैया 6 शेड्यूल तो 6 शेड्यूल इंदौर ने दिया ना,
त्रिपुरा की जनजाति को इतना
6 शेड्यूल तो इंदौर ने दिया है ना।
वोट का राजनीति, उन लोगों को कैसे वोट बैंक बनाना है, आप लोग तो कभी कांग्रेस को बोला भी नहीं है। आप लोग तो हमेशा
how to smash the regional party, how to smash the Adivasi people, the BJP is trying. BJP is trying.
Final word on this day. Final word to Mr. Anthony. Very briefly, 20 seconds before I close. Mr. Anthony.
Yeah. See, I would like to bring the point here. If you compare our core demand to the government of India and the manifesto of the BJP of 2023, it is more than of our core demand. So I would like to emphasize and ask Bipin, what about the manifesto? Is it makes you the clarity of your manifesto, or you are not clear?
All right. Okay.
Don't let us know. So if you really see, our core demands is exactly similar to that. But
all right,
what BJP has promised in the manifesto is much bigger than of our demand.
All right.
So we are asking to give that whatever
all right,
you
I've
have
absolutely
promised.
run out of time. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And thank you, viewers, for watching. Good night and goodbye.